was your host Hellers back with my Wrestling's Dumpster Fire videos. Now, last few days ago, we did Lex Luger's failed run to the WWF. Now let's get to another person who had a failed run in WCW, Mr. Bret Hart. When he met this man at Starrcade 99. By the way, guy's new Ultimate, really nice figure. But anyways. So, there's that. So yeah, how did this run fail? At least he won titles. So that's the one. Well, we'll get to that. So let's begin to the beginning of how this run went downhill. And I know a lot of YouTubers done Bret Hart's run in WCW. They did, James from We Are Pro Wrestling did it, and Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret did it, and others. So let's begin. The story we kick off with when Bret Hart got screwed out. We'll begin with the Montreal Screwjob, obviously, from Survivor Series 1997, where Shawn Michaels puts Bret Hart in the sharpshooter, Earl had their calls for the bell, and Bret Hart got the Montreal Screwjob on his way out of the WWF. But then again, Bret Hart was the WWF champion, and he was leaving for WCW. And his contract was up by December 1st. I don't know. And he came to WCW 2 weeks before Starrcade 97, and he was the referee for the Larry Zbyszko, Eric Bischoff match. Yeah, let's talk about that the better. Go back to that back in January. But he played a bigger role in the main event with Sting and Hulk Hogan, where Nick Patrick did not do the fast count. It was a normal count, but they had to pretend it was a fast count. But Bret Hart, says, there's not going to be no screw job here. And he decks Nick Patrick, puts Hogan back in the ring, and Sting won the WCW title, but that didn't mean nothing. Excuse me. Bret Hart's first program in WCW began with Ric Flair at Sold Out 98, where Bret Hart won. So far, so good. He won his first match in WCW. He beat Brian Adams on his Nitro in-ring debut also, so there's that. He fought Kurt Angle at Uncensored 98, so far so good. Then we get to the most infamous point in his time in WCW. The night after Spring Stampede, Bret Hart helped Hollywood Hogan to beat Randy Savage on an episode of Nitro. Jeez, when this Nitro took place? 420. Because someone was smoking something. Like, hey, let's have Bret Hart join up with Hogan. Side note, Bret Hart had Hogan lose the WCW title to Sting at Starrcade. So this was that was the end for Bret Hart to be a serious contender in WCW. At this point, he feuded with Randy Savage at Slamboree, which Bret won, but the decision was reversed the next night. Because Roddy Piper was the referee in that match. And then Bret Hart teamed up with Hogan to face Savage and Piper at the Great American Bash, which Bret and Hogan won that. But there was something interesting. He fought Booker T at Bash at the Beach for the television title. And a few weeks later, he won his first championship in WCW, which was the United States Championship, which this Goldberg Ultimate guy came with the WCW US title. So I got that belt. We'll get to Mr. Goldberg's at the end, so there's that. So we continue on from that. He had a lackluster run with the US title. He lost to Lex Luger on the Nitro after World Wild, just for him to win it back on the Thunder taping. So what was the point of Lex Luger being the United States Championship? Then he feuded with Sting. They were in that 3-team fuckery War Games match at Fall Brawl. I almost said Survivor Series, but it's Fall Brawl. And, by the way, the third man I forgot to mention in that live review for Survivor Series was Stevie Ray, because he was the one who took the fall. Neither Sting or Bret Hart won War Games. By the way, it was won by Diamond Dallas Page. Led to that awesome match at Halloween Havoc. Then the feud with Sting continues. They had the one and only Bret Hart Hulk Hogan match on Nitro. So, but that led to a no finish because Sting wants to fight Hogan for Bret, but then Bret Hart swerved Sting and decided he and Hogan were still aligned with each other. And no, Vince Russo was not in WCW at this point. And then we got to the match at Halloween Havoc. By the way, before that, the night before, Sting and the Ultimate Warrior teamed up to take on Hogan and Bret Hart. So that was interesting, to say the least. But then Sting and Bret Hart had that mad match at Halloween Havoc. Their match at Mayhem the following year was better than this match. And this was a way to write Sting off for a few months. He'll be back by Spring Stampede month. But yeah. Great, I'm getting a Jericho tweet. So, in regards to that, night after, Bret Hart lost the United States title to Diamond Dallas Page. Another crappy run of the United States title. And him and DP main event World War III was an okay match. Night after, or maybe it was the night after, yeah. Bret Hart won back to the United States title from Diamond Dallas Page thanks to the Giant. And that was his second to last. Wait. No. This is no, wait, not that yet. He would interfere in the Giant DP match at Starrcade, which that did not work for him. And then 1999 happens. Bret Hart was still United States title, and he lost it to Roddy Piper thanks to, you're not gonna believe who it was, Will Sasso. Yes, because there was a thing on Mad TV where Bret Hart broke character and beat up Will Sasso and puts him on the sharpshooter, so this was his revenge. They have a match on Nitro, which, thank God, Bret Hart won. And now, oh fuck, where are we at this moment? The Nitro in Canada, where Bret Hart and Goldberg face off in the ring for the first time, face to face. Bret Hart challenges Goldberg to come out, and then Bret Hart, just showboating about on Goldberg, and Goldberg spears him, and then Bret Hart reveals it was a metal plate under it. Which, by the way, there's a 2-pack on Ringside Collectibles with these two, and it has that steel plate in it, but I'm not buying it for the steel plate. Oh, fuck that. And he says, WCW, I quit. In reality, he was just recovering from an injury, but then at the May pay-per-view that we have had, we're not going to mention the name, honestly. Owen Hart unfortunately died from a botched stunt. And Bret had to take more time off. And then his time in WCW was less and less, you could tell. Bret Hart and Chris Benoit had an Owen Hart memorial match on a Nitro in the same building where Owen Hart died. And then at the May, he won the United States title again. And then at the Mayhem pay-per-view, he finally won the WCW Championship. At least with Bret Hart in WCW, at least he won titles. Lex Luger in the WWF didn't win no titles. And then we get to the end. We get the match with Goldberg at Starrcade 99. Before that, they won the WCW tag titles on Thunder, making them Triple Crown winners at that point, but they lost to the Outsiders like the Monday afterwards. But then we get to the final part of the story. We get to the end where Bret Hart fought Goldberg for the WCW title. You already know. Let me interact this. The kick that ended Bret Hart's career. You saw with the figures. That kick that ended Bret Hart's career. And makes worse about it, they recreated the Montreal Screwjob. Let the Bret Hart vacating the world title just to win it back and reform NWO 2000 with him, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Jeff Jarrett. Marky D, this is for you, a wild Slapnuts appearance. But this run was super short-lived. And you go back to my what if Goldberg never turned heel in the WCW, where I did not have Goldberg done the botch kick and let the Goldberg win the WCW title at Sold Out. Bret Hart fought Chris Benoit for the out on that same Thunder. And then the limo incident happened. We're not going to talk about it. He fought Terry Funk in a hardcore match. Yes, that happened. And his last match in WCW was against Kevin Nash and in a no contest. And afterwards, Bret Hart had to relinquish the WCW title and never wrestle again. Until 2010, that is. He makes some sporadic appearances. One was when he was on the April 10th Nitro. And the other one was when he hit Goldberg with a shovel in the summer of 2000. And his last appearance was in September on an episode of Thunder when him and Goldberg shoot promo each other, whatever. So, and that was it for Bret Hart in WCW. He was released by WCW in October of 2000. This run was not good. He might block me on Twitter because I'm not praising Bret Hart, but let's be honest. Listen, Bret Hart is a great wrestler, but I hate him as a person. Cough, cough, CM Punk also. So, this was a hard time for Bret Hart in WCW, like I mentioned before. But, it was a bad run, let's just be honest here. But he won the tag team titles, the United States title 4 times, and the WCW title twice, and relinquished it twice. So there's that. Tomorrow will be my Dynamite review. And, I'll do another live stream. Probably has. You all come to my live stream, so there's that. It's getting new to the live chat thing, because this is the first time I'm doing this on this channel, so let's be honest here. Another history-making thing. So anyways, like this video, comment down below if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and, Bret Hart, your time in WCW was bad. Bye. Except you win titles, that is. Bye.